Hey friends, happy Monday. Welcome to the new work week. Welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's A Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. If you have limited time to craft, or you are intimidated by a blank surface, and you just want inexpensive and easy to use and clean DIY products and projects, you are in the right place. So once you hop on the live or you hop on the replay at a later date, feel free to say hi in the comments or put hashtag replay in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. I happen to be in central Kansas this evening. Let me turn down the music just a skosh. If the music bothers you, let me know. So yeah, say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. I am live in 2 different locations this evening, so if you hear me refer to a comment that's not in your feed, that person may be watching on a different platform. And also at any time during this live stream or the replay, if you like what you see and think others should see it, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube. Hit the heart button or hit the thumbs up button. That just lets the algorithm know that you're interested in my channel. It lets the platform know that others might be interested in it as well. Gets me in front of new eyeballs. And don't forget to follow or subscribe. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. Let's see who has jumped on. I see Jason is watching from the other side of the door, and Bonita is on. She says, good evening, my friend. Good evening to you as well. Real quick, just want to remind you that the Holiday 2024 collection launches tomorrow. I have seen a sneak. It launches tomorrow at 9 Mountain Time. So if you're in my time zone, Central Time Zone, that would be 10 a.m. And then I don't have any graphics, but I will tell you that if you join as a Perks member starting tomorrow through the end of the month, that allows you to purchase things at 30% off. That also gets you a coupon code to get a free etched pine bundle. And again, I'll have more details about that either later tonight or tomorrow morning. And you can use that coupon code to get a free etched pine bundle once you sign up to be a Perks member and submit your first order in September. So you basically sign up for free. It's $20 a month, but you automatically get $20 in product credit back. You can shop at 30% off. And who doesn't want to save money during these times? And then you also get a free etched pine bundle. You can't ask for more, folks. So keep watching my Facebook page. I will have, or my Instagram page, I will have that information for you as a graphic. So with that, let's go ahead and flip the camera. So, sorry you can see more of my desk than I would prefer, but and let's put this little guy out. I get such a reflection from my overhead light, so we'll just stick that there and that'll help keep it from reflecting. Okay, if you saw from the intro graphic, and I'll just pop it back up real quick. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago, I made these cute little scrap wood Frankensteins. So I have a bunch of scrap wood in my garage. So I finally got a few sanded. So we are going to make just a slightly larger version. So I have painted this one, and I have 3 more over here as well. This one is roughly 7 by 8. And let's see if he might not, I don't know if he's the bigger one. We might do the bigger one just for fun. Some of these are slightly warped. Some of these have some gnarly knots, but that gives them a lot of character. So I just painted them with a mixture of lime green acrylic paint. I just used whatever I had because I'm all about using up my stash these days. So I just painted him green. He's not even, let me see, this one was probably 7 by 8.25. He can be whatever size you want him to be. Painted him green. He's not even perfect. You can see, I can see some of the wood underneath, but okay. So we're going to take a piece of, literally, I'm sure you all have Amazon nailers coming out your wazoo. So I'm just going to use this piece of nailer that I got because I just want the bubbles on the back side. And let's get some of this out of the way until we're ready to use those. I'm going to mix up a little bit of meadow and a little bit of curry or saffron. It used to be curry. So I'm trying to figure out what I can mix it in. I'm just going to mix a little bit up to get a little darker green color. And we're going to paint with some bubble wrap. Or if you don't want to paint with some bubble wrap, I think he would look really cute with the crackle effect. So you can use either the Elmer's glue crackle technique, or you can use the Dixie Belle crackle on my chalk site. It does not matter, whatever floats your boat. But I always think it's fun to paint with this bubble wrap. It gives them a pretty neat little texture. I might need to add some white. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of want just a darker green, limeish green color. This is probably going to give me baby poop brown, kind of like always. I don't know. It's these stupid flies. Don't mind these flies flying around. I probably should have made it on a bigger piece. Let's see what I have in here. Let's just see about this. I'm going to put all of this onto this plate just to give me a more flat surface to put my bubble wrap down on. Oh, poop. And I've got it all over my desk. So I'm going to spread this out just a little bit. So we're just going to take our mailer. I'm going to cut it into a piece that I can work with a little bit easier. I'm going to cut these weird edges off. So I have I have a very smooth piece of bubble wrap. See if that works. There's actually a layer of plastic over those bubbles, but we'll give it a whirl. We'll see what happens. So I'm just going to kind of pat my bubble wrap into the paste and kind of pat off some of it. This may not work. We'll see. I may have to get a different piece of bubble wrap. It's not quite the bubble wrap it's working. It's not quite the bubble wrap texture I was hoping for, but it still gives us texture. Still makes him look kind of grungy. It still works. You might want to use a real piece of bubble wrap, but there's still good texture. There is some bubble wrap texture in there. If you added a little bit of shimmer olive, that'd give it a little metallic look. Just trying to add some texture and dimension. You could even go all out and use the Dixie Belle Sea Spray to give them all sorts of grungy texture. I don't mind this. I don't hate it. Let's get a little bit more down here. Okay. That worked. Just lay all my dirty stuff on there. So now we can close these up because I'm done with these two. Don't be afraid to mix colors. You might be a little bit more successful at it than I am. It does not matter what colors I mix. I usually end up with baby poo brown. Now let's get some of this green off before I end up wearing it everywhere. We'll give them a good blow dry. So did everyone have a good weekend? Anybody do anything fun? I pretty much was comatose on. I lounged around all day Saturday, and I did quite a bit of stuff yesterday. I got some stuff sanded that I've been meaning to finish sand for a while. Okay, doke, let's give this a good dry. Bonita says Rick had his 50-year class reunion, so you didn't do much church on Sunday and lunch with your son and his family. How fun. 50 years. So that means he graduated in 73? Ish. 74. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I think he's pretty dry. And if you remember the last time we did these, I used a transfer called the Best Views. And sadly, the only reason that I got this transfer was to use it this way because I thought it would make, and it did make, the cutest Frankenstein here. But you could literally just tape off some random pointy areas. As I was digging for this transfer, I also found this mountain heart. So you could use these little mountain peaks just as kind of your outline, and then you could go back in and fill in with black. But you could easily even just pencil in some areas and then just paint them black. But I have this, so we'll use it. And I did get I have a lot of used transfers from a few previous designers. So I'll see if there's an extra one in my stash. So I'm going to wax the top portion. And I just need to figure out if he stands better one way than another. So I think I'll make this my top portion. So I'm just going to wax up here because that's the only place that I'm going to be using chalk paste. And so this is just going to act as a protective barrier between my painted surface, my chalked surface, and my transfer. Hey, Miss Amanda. So we are making a Frankenstein 2.0. I showed, if you saw the thumbnail, I made this guy a couple of years ago. I'm just kind of recreating him a little bit bigger with different random parts. So I took my 7 by 8-ish scrap piece of wood. I painted it with some lime green acrylic paint, and then I mixed these two, meadow and saffron chalk paste, together. I tore up a bubble nailer, and I just kind of used that to splotch on my texture. And we are now at this point. So I'm going to use this transfer upside down. And if someone is watching this that is new to Chalk Couture, these are silkscreen reusable transfers. They're reusable about 8 to 12 times depending on how well you take care of them. Because they're reusable and you need to return it to this carrier sheet, you need to put somewhere on the back side either the title of the transfer or just the word back, so that when you have finished cleaning it and you're ready to put it back on its carrier sheet and put it away, that this is the back side and it needs to stick to this side. It's kind of a dickens to get them off if you've put them on the wrong side, especially the older transfers. Ask me how I know. That's a good way to stretch out your transfers and almost stretch them beyond being able to use them again. Because if these get stretched or distorted too much, they won't lay down correctly. So you might end up with a big bubble or some misaligned things. So what I'm doing now is just knocking back a little bit of this adhesive that's on the back. I just put it on a terry cloth towel. And that way it's not so sticky that it doesn't pull up any of my paint that I've put down, but it still has enough sticky to stick. And I'm mainly just going to make sure that this part down here is stuck. I mean, I could maybe roll that over, but that just makes this part stick up. So I'm just going to leave it like this. And I'm going to actually flip it around. And we'll open up my black paste. Let's get that out of the way. And then I'm going to get a squeegee. And I'm just going to dip my squeegee into the paste. And I'm going to carefully go down the transfer. And because this side isn't sticking to anything, I want to make sure that I only go one direction. Because if I try to go back up, it's going to, the transfer's probably going to pucker. And then I'm going to get a big air bubble. And it's going to just be a big hot mess. I'm going to try to get all those squeegee lines out if I can. And then I have all of this excess. I'm going to put it back in my jar because I can reuse all of that. You do probably want to go back and clean the edges. Like there's a lot of dried paste around this edge. So that it's actually not the thing to do. So don't do as I do. Do as I suggest, because all of that dried paste will allow air to get in, and then that's what makes your chalk paste dry up quicker. So there's Frankenstein's hair. Ha ha ha. Jason says if you don't go one direction, does that mean you'll have trouble keeping it in sync? He's got the boy band jokes going tonight, folks. Funny, funny, funny. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave this here. When I'm ready to clean it, I'll just take it to a water source and it'll clean right up. But I'm gonna put that away. Let's get this dry. There is our Frankenstein here, and all those little flecks are actually built into the transfer, so those are just distress marks. So don't fear that your transfer isn't working. Okay, so now on the last one I used like some small knobs and some of those little furniture buttons that to fill in like furniture gaps and things, or holes in furniture. I had one out, but let me just go back to my picture. So I used, it's one of those little furniture end cap buttons and a little knob. So that's what I used for his eyeballs. And then I cut up a zipper for his mouth. And that's what I have here. So we'll cut off a little strand of zipper. But I need to paint these. So I found these knobs at Menards because I needed something a little bigger. And then I have 2-inch wheels and I have 1.5. I didn't know which one would fit better. I don't want his eyeballs too big. That's such a smart idea. Oliver says, hello, Mr. Oliver. So here's that's the 1.5. And I just want him to look like he's Frankenstein. He's made from weird, random parts. I think the 2-inch is going to be too big. He looks buggy. I think I put a mark. Let's go ahead and cut this. Got my pinking shears. I marked where I wanted to cut it. If these will cut. These may not cut. Okay. I'm just trying to get him. I think the 1.5 looks bigger or looks better. These are 1 3/4, and these are 1.5. I think the 2-inch might be too big. What do y'all think? So I think I got this zipper at, I don't know if it was Joann's or Hobby Lobby, but it's like 30 inches. So you could do a lot of Frankensteins with that zipper. Trying to think. I don't know if you could use jeans. Take the zipper out of jeans, or if you have an old shirt that needs that's ripped, you could probably use it. And I'm just trying to find a piece of cardboard. So we can paint these. Amanda says she likes the smaller one. Oliver likes the bigger one. The bigger one is kind of funny. It just makes him a little more googly-eyed. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So when I paint small things like this, I just take a little bit of masking tape and I stick it on here like this. Stick that down there, and then I can stick my little pieces on the tape, and then I don't have to hold them. And then, do I want to use, I think because I have so much acrylic paint, I'm just going to grab some black paint. Okay. And you can paint with chalk paste. I have so much, I just have to start using what I have. So this is just apple barrel. I'm going to paintbrush. So I'm just going to paint these black. I think I'm going to paint the bottom part. Oh, that one's kind of stiff. I'm just going to hold this in my hand to paint the bottom part. So I'm trying to get ready for Sip and Sell at the zoo on October 5th. Kind of freaking out because, you know, I always wait till the last minute. I only have a few weekends left, but I think I'll be okay. I mean, I'm not going to have like hundreds of items, but I'll have enough, I think. So I'm just painting these black. The less I bring, the less I have to, the less I take, the less I have to bring home, right? I'm just there for the wine slushy anyway. I'll have to make sure I get it quickly because they sold out of the Moscato wine slushies too soon. So I had got a rosé wine slushy. Oh my gosh, it tasted just like flavored rubbing alcohol. That's probably why I don't drink. But those Moscato wine slushies, that goes down like lemonade. I'll put that back down on my tape and we will paint this portion. I can get into that hole. Okay. So get those dried. I should probably, I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for the zipper. So this isn't quite Fabri-Tac, but it's the same company and it works pretty similar. It'll work great for the zipper. Let's get out. So I got these wood finding at Menards. You can get the same thing. You can get the wheels at Hobby Lobby. I don't know about the knobs. I'm just putting these there for but the rest of this I got at Menards this morning. And then he's going to have stuff tied around the bottom. So I think that works good. So I'm going to put a pencil mark. Just so I know kind of where to put him back. Okay. Well, oh, the only thing is it's really hard to get out. There must be a goober in there. It's kind of like technology. It's great when it works. It's not so great when it doesn't. There we go. Whatever it was, I got it out. You have to be careful with this stuff if you have painted fingernails, because acetone is one of its main ingredients, which I think is ironic because you use acetone to get rid of adhesive and sticky stuff, but yet it's in a sticky substance. I haven't quite understood that. So I'm going to use my multi-tool to kind of help press that down. I didn't quite get it centered, but that's, you know what, that just makes it even more whimsical. Okay, let that be for a little bit. Okay. Put these away. Let's see if those are dry. Hello, Miss Ashley. Put my paint back in the jar. That's a lot to waste. I have a lot of paint, but I still don't want to waste it all. Okay. So we're recreating our scrap wood Frankenstein from a few years ago. Just making them, building them back better, stronger. It's like the bionic Frankenstein. So I just saw a sneak peek earlier of some of the new products that launch in tomorrow's holiday collection. And I didn't see it when they were talking about it. I've seen a picture after the fact. But sounds like Chalk Tour is going to start selling resin and like a little tray mold that I know of, that I've seen. I don't know. Let me look at my picture. I need some inspiration. So, okie doke. So that's kind of what we're recreating, just with bigger parts. So that's going to be kind of fun. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this too, since I have it out. Pretty sure it dries fast-ish. So I definitely want him to look like he's made with found products. So we have a bifold door pull for one of his eyes. A 1.5 inch wood toy wheel. For his other eye. A piece of zipper for his mouth. You could even use fabric, you could use yarn, you could use black fur and cut it all wispy, kind of make it wispy looking. Fur would be cute. You could use felt. What else? Okay, so yeah, I have the bifold door knobs. These were little 1.5 inch toy wheels. When I was looking at Hobby Lobby, they have the wheels. They also have these little wooden checkers that I was gonna try, but I ended up going to Menards instead. Oops, let's put this guy in here. He ain't gonna fit. Of course he's not gonna fit. And then usually in the past, but I need to have them cut. I have these square nails that I bought for pumpkin stems, and that's what I used. I cut them down because they were too long, so they'll stick out about like that. But I did not buy these for this purpose. I also bought some finials because I wanted to try to use those for pumpkin stems for a different project. Let's see. As I was getting ready, I thought, I wonder if those would, if you drilled them all the way in, those wouldn't be bad for bolts, for his bolts. Or you could just use actual bolts, which I might do as well. But we'll have to wait on that. But these actually aren't that bad, especially if they're all the way in like that. They're actually kind of cute. You could use corks for his bolts, for the screws in the side of his head. Here's what these kind of stick out like that. These actually might be too small. So let's go ahead. Sorry, I'm making all this noise. These are dirty. Let's make his. Benita says she likes the wooden spools for his bolts. These little finials. You could even use the wood spools. These little guys. I'm trying to think what else I have in my stash. I have some. These were what I used for the smaller guy's eyes. These little drawer pull. One was a drawer pull. But I also have these little. That's not bad if I painted those maybe in a silver. These little, like literally spools. These are 1 3/16 by 7/8, and yeah, no, they're 3/4 inch spools. I got these at Hobby Lobby like forever ago. And then here's what I used for his other eye. It's those little furniture buttons. So here's what I used for. They're gonna do a smaller one. That's what I used for his eyes the last time. But I actually, now that Benita says, she said the finials, but I also have these spools in my stash that look really cute too. And they're already painted, but I could also paint them silver. Either one. I'm going to put both of those together. But let's work on his, we're going to make his little tie. I think I just used green, but you can use whatever colors you want. These aren't big enough, but I do have. Let me dig some other stuff out here. Since I don't have a green one that's long enough, use orange. So I pulled out of my scrap stash, I have all of these green bandana strips. I have all of these purple ones. I pulled out white. Oh, I can cut. I can cut in 2. I might even be able to cut in 4 or in half. Okay. Then I pulled out some houndstooth we might be able to put in there. And then I pulled out this candy corn because it has a little bit of the green in it. And I pulled out orange. So since I have this one, you could even get like jelly roll strips, but I'm not going to tear into that one yet. No pun intended. Spools. Benita says the spools are adorable as well. So I was trying to figure out why I loved bandanas so much, and it hit me the other day. They're dual-sided, so it doesn't matter which side of the fabric you use, you'll always see the print. Unlike this one, the back is a little different. That's not the greatest example, but let's see on these. Get to the end. Of course not. It's inside. See, like these are plain white on the inside-ish. They're just a different color. Whereas bandanas, typically, especially the ones from Hobby Lobby, they're the same color on both sides. So they're not really directional. You don't have to worry about the direction of the fabric. That didn't tear very well. I'm having issues with fabric tearing lately. Like, I'll start with one size at one end, and it is not that size at the other end. So when I make my strips, I just cut a little for this. Since this one's the one that goes around, I'll do a little thicker, and then literally just tear it. So then I'm going to off-center it just a tad because I have more space over here. So that'll help fill up some of this space. So I'm going to pull it tight, hold that center piece with my finger. Maybe. Okay. Fingers aren't one to work. And this dang fly is bothering me. Sky raisin. Okay, it's all these strings keeping it from. Oh wait. There we go. Hi, Miss Caitlin. She says, hello, I finally caught you on live. Well, welcome. She says, so cute. So we are finishing up our Frankenstein. It's just literally a piece of scrap wood, a blank bifold doorknob, a toy wheel, a cut piece of zipper for his mouth, and now we're just finishing up his little tie, and then We were discussing the little bolts for the side of his head. Because I'll have to drill them in. We're either going to do these finials, or I don't know where my camera's not focusing, or these spools. Trying to see if I can get it to focus again. Sorry, it's blurry. I don't mean for it to be. So we're just using a little bit of bandana. I'm going to cut some of these pieces. So I'm going to add a little green. I'm going to add a little white. A little bit of purple. And if you've been around here at all, you know Halloween is the only time I will ever use purple. Well, just gives me hives. Let's put some of this candy corn material in here. Caitlin says she loves the spools. I kind of think that's the way I'm leaning. I might do one with the finials and one with the spools. But I'm probably going to paint the spools purple. So I just cut a little strip here, and then I'll just tear the rest. And then I bet this can go into thirds. And it says purple. You have purple? Yes, only at Halloween. Y'all know that. I'm gonna, because these little orange pieces are a bit small, I think I'm gonna use this piece to be for my tie. And it says it's purple season. It's only the time of the year that this chica will use purple. Because I don't like it. Okay. So we'll start over again. A little bit of candy corn, a little bit of white. I'm just crisscrossing these, a little bit of green. I don't think I'll use the houndstooth. On the last one, I even added a little bit of leopard elastic. Circle that. So we'll cut this, but I think I'll use it more towards the top. So let's add another white. Actually, let's add another candy corn. Let's add another white. Let's add another purple. And then I think we'll add another green. And then we'll do our two little leopards. And then I'm just going to tie all that up. We'll see what happens. Wait, I'm confused. Okay, I was confused there for a minute. It was doing something weird. Okay, so then let's cut this off to where it kind of matches the length. And then that one's going to be a little long. And then you just kind of floof it and fluff it. And if pieces seem a little long, just give it a little trim. The more you play with it, the more those strings will. Super cute. minus his little spools, I think. Well, and you can add, Ashley says so adorable. Thank you. So in this original one, I gave him little scars with some little X's, which if I could find some, we could do that. Oops. I'm trying to think if I could readily find those. I think I just used a random X from a font because it does give him a lot of character. You could also even just use a staple gun and just add staples to him. Let's do that. Let me go get my staple gun. Let's see what happens. Let's see, does it have staples? I don't think those, I'll try those smaller ones, they might go in better. Jason says too cute, thank you. There's a few in there. I'm gonna put a towel under him so that hopefully that protects my glass mat a little bit. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's super cute. I don't need no stinking X transfer. Just need a staple gun. He's got scars. There he is. I don't know why there's something that it's not liking as far as focus, so I apologize. I don't know why it's not focusing. Let's take that off. Sometimes when you get black and white together, it doesn't like to focus. Do I need any more scars? Let's put a couple down here. Super cute. I think this is by far, even when I made the first one of my favorite things that I've made. There he is. Jason says the staples look better than the X's. I think so. Let's put one up here. Right between the eyes. Too fun. Too fun. Let's go back this way. I'll show him since it's not focusing very well. So there's what he looks like. Oops, let's go that way a little bit. And then, so he'll either have spools for his bolts, and one of them may have spools, and another one may have these little finials. They kind of stick out a little far, but they're still fun. So I think he turned out cute. You could get creative and do a Grinch on the back, or a Grinch-ish. Grinch has copyright infringement connected to it, so be very careful, but you could do a green monster of some sort on the back side. I need to try to figure out how to do the Bride of Frankenstein. So yeah, he turned out super cute. So I'll probably have these 4 available at the sip and sale because I have 3 more to make. Just grab you could even do them with 2x4s. Trying to think what else you might have laying around that you could make them with. Oh, Mike Wazowski. You can make some Mike Wazowskis. That would be kind of funny, especially if you're a Pixar fan. Disney. So I'm trying to think. I've got projects lined up for the rest of the week. Trying to think. I think I'm going to do a scrap wood, another scrap wood project. So I have, pull it over here. I have this big piece of wood, and I'll give you a little sneak peek at that. So this will be another project coming up this week. Working on some football door hangers, so I might bring you along to help me finish those. So stay tuned. I hope to have a full slate of projects, hopefully Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and hopefully around the weekend. So if you happen to make your own little Frankenstein, make sure you share it. They're super fun, super cute. And with that, if there aren't any other questions, just remember, just as a reminder, the holiday 2024 collection launches tomorrow at 9 Mountain Time, which is 10 a.m. our time. Lots of cute things. Join if you are trying to pinch some pennies. I would highly suggest joining the Perks program. It does cost $20 a month, but you automatically get $20 in product credit once you've paid your monthly membership. That gives you the ability to purchase anything and everything at 30% off all the time. And then if you sign up tomorrow and through the end of the month, you will get a coupon code for it's called Edgy Pine Bundle. So stay tuned for what that looks like. And if you have any questions about that, the Perks membership, or the holiday launch, just let me know. With that, I think I'm going to hop off for the evening. Tune in again on Wednesday. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this evening. It was fun. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in my next crafty video. Thanks for watching.